Beautiful souls, it's AMA Wednesday, where you can ask Maitreya anything during these AMA Wednesday sessions. All you got to do to take part is to submit one question in the comment section of the latest AMA Wednesday video, followed by the words, "I give permission." Now, these sessions are sensitive and we are going into places that are less spoken about, that are less often communicated. So if anything resonates with you, and you may find that it does, even if you aren't a question asker, we ask that you gently breathe through for the messages that come through. And we ask that you just soften your body, keep an open mind and an open heart. And that will allow for you to see what is true for you and what you can work on and heal within yourself. Now, with that being said, let's get started. I would love some reassurance that my troubled teenage daughter, Nellie, will soon find her light again. It's so hard. I am physically in so much pain, which I believe is very linked to her. We share the same birthday. Oh. Okay, Kate, so there has been a lot of suffering for your daughter, Nellie. We do see that she is indeed in a lot of pain. She is troubled by her mind, and she has been troubled by loss. So, whatever has gone on in her life, she is feeling desperately alone, and she is losing her foot in this earth plane. She doesn't know what she is doing, why she is here. She doesn't actually know what is going on in her life, and there is a disconnection from the earth. And we do see a little girl. She's in need of help. She may not be showing signs of needing help, because sometimes emotions and energy that we use as a front can mask what we are truly feeling inside of ourselves. And she is feeling a lot of anger, a lot of hatred, and these emotions are disconnecting her from truly asking for help. And her heart is indeed crying for help. And what would benefit her, Kate, is that a softer approach, a more gentle, a slowing down, someone that can just take a minute to just be with her, without anyone else, without any outside interferences. She needs this one-on-one attention to truly feel that she is being heard, she is being listened to, without an adult, without a family member disrupting that conversation. And it's really important, Kate, that she feels that she isn't alone. And even though sometimes we can tell someone that they're not alone, it's not enough. People need to feel it. They need to feel within themselves that they are not alone. So what I'm getting at is that in this particular space, in order to allow your daughter to feel less alone, actions do more than words. And that could simply be just putting your arms around her. That could simply be cradling her. That could simply be a form of gesture. You could even just buy something that she loves. It could be her favourite food, her favourite drink, snack, just to show this gesture, to show that you think about her, she matters, and that you care, people care about her. That's actually going to strengthen that connection to the earth, to here, but also to you as the mother. And I do feel quite a disruption here between you both. So you may not be the first port of call in this particular scenario, but if you can be, and if you can bring a lighter essence to this relationship, to allow her to feel safe to speak, safe enough to let you know what's going on inside of her and how you can help, or a family member, anyone that you trust can help her. So, yes, start there and just let us know in the comments if that helps. And we send you love and blessings. What are the next steps in achieving my mission? Okay, Joe, so the next steps is to, it's got to be using your voice. You need to be using your voice. It's the line of communications. So whatever it is, the work that you are doing, there is something along the lines of improving your communication, how you speak to others, and getting that so crisp, so clear, that when you communicate there's a magnetism towards you, but more so that your own energy is vibrant, so it's raising yourself, your energy. It's like, you see, Spirit is showing to get your energy expanded. It's like getting your energy to a place where others, when you enter a room, they see you, they feel you, they notice you. This is a beautiful way of not only being in your mission and doing and serving and fulfilling your purpose, but when one can allow for the energy to expand in such a way, it just naturally helps anyone that comes in close proximity with you in any kind of interactions, exchanges, engagements that you have. This energy just seeps into other people's lives, into other people's energies, and it lifts them, it supports them, it raises them. So in this place, your next step is to focus on speaking. It is focusing on how you communicate to another, to others, and how they are receiving your lines of communication, and how the words that you choose to use, what kind of impact are they having on another, and how conscious are you as you bring words through, because each word that you are choosing to use carry a vibration, and this vibration is going to be coming from you, and that says so much, because whatever's going on inside of you, you could say the happiest of words, You could say the most uplifting of phrases, but if your heart isn't there, if your presence isn't there, then those words will have no meaning, because the vibration isn't bringing through what your mind is desiring, because it is all to do with your internal world, what's happening inside of your body. So what you can do, Joe, is check when you communicate, where in your body your communication, the source of your communication is coming through. That holds a lot of power. And the greatest speakers in the world, the most impactful, influential people who speak, they know exactly where in the body that their lines of communication, that energy is coming from, and it forms a channel moving from that place then out into the reality, the physical, to then be delivered to another's body, to another's ears, so that it can be received exactly how they intend to. So start there, and we thank you so much for being here. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We are in the dessert food truck industry and expanding this fall into the coffee, tea and beverage trucks. Over 200 beverage options like Starbucks, but mobile. Once we purchase the next truck, we will need to hire employees in spring of 2025. Tell me what we need to know to prepare for success, to expand. Anything we need to know for this 3D world. Okay. Okay, Maggie, so there's a lot of pressure here, and this pressure creates an internal battle, and in this internal battle of what the mind wants, it can start creating unwanted disruptions. So the most important thing to know for your business and to prepare for success, it may seem like a contradiction, though a slowing down, more breathing into the body. Because if you can slow down away from what your mind is trying to do at 100 million miles an hour, the slowing down will allow you to catch anything that may cause, let's say, slip-ups, unwanted falls, unnecessary mistakes, losses. And if you can slow down enough to allow then for the mind to follow, once your body starts slowing down internally, the mind will follow. And if you can do that, you will also be able to create a space to see if there is anything that you are currently doing that actually needs taking away. It's unnecessary. Like a stripping down, like there's too much going on. And when there's too much going on, you can actually start subtracting. And what that subtracting does, it allows things to be simplified, especially in business, which means that you will be more effective. And in that slowing down, you will also be able to see anything that is going on that is causing an energy of too much. Okay, we might be adding too much, we might be trying to do too much. This seems overcomplicated. Are we trying to deliver too much here? Because in that place, again, it causes the entire energy body to come off balance, which means that instead of enjoying the business, preparing for success, preparing for beautiful expansion, enjoying the entire process of where you are and what you're doing, it can become very stressful. And then it can become a ripe environment for arguments, for disagreements, fighting. And you want to keep all of that in harmony. And that allows for the smoothest and the easiest, without friction, without tension, without resistance. It allows for flow. So allow yourself to digest all of those things and sit with yourself and just see if you can feel that in your own heart. And from that place, you'll know your next steps. And we thank you so much for being here with us. Thank you, thank you, thank you. My work performance has been poor over the last month. What is the one thing I need to focus on to improve? Okay, so unrest and unease in the body. Unrest and unease, unrest and unease. And again, what we are being reminded of is to slow it down, beautiful souls. Because when you can just reel yourself in, come back to your center. And you need not do this for a long time. But if you can just do it once a day, for a few minutes, come back to your center. A few deep breaths. Soften your entire body. Just there will allow you to see why certain things are happening and why certain things that isn't serving your higher self, isn't what your heart desires, isn't helping you in your work and what you are doing in your daily life. You will be able to see more clearly. So a lot of this, your work performance, the reason why you haven't been performing is all of this tension that is being stored. And it is being stored in your stomach. It has nowhere else to go. So all of this energy, all of this pent up tension is staying in the stomach. And why would it stay in your stomach? Because it's the only place in your body in this time that feels safe. It's like a little child when they're in an environment that feels unsafe. All of a sudden there's loud noises and the child doesn't know where to go. It's lost sight of its parents. So then it runs, it goes to hide, it seeks the safest place. Where does it run to? Well, it's going to seek, it's going to continue running and searching for the parent. And that's exactly what's going on in your body. Your inner child, he is seeking for safety. It doesn't feel safe because every day you are bringing in an ease into your work and it's affecting your performance. There is an overstimulation. We can see you on a computer and there is too much going on your screen and it's causing you to come out of your body. And that's going to cause a disruption not only in your work, but it's going to start causing, if it hasn't done so already, in other areas like your relationship, your health, family, and all of these very important aspects that hold the self together, that makes the self feel alive, grounded, structured, organized, belonging. All of these things that maintain optimal energy. So you must start having a practice where you are simply breathing in and out. Nothing. You don't want to do anything that's complicated right now. You need to bring more life in the body so that you can start allowing the energies in your stomach to free themselves and to start allowing the energies in your stomach to start moving into a place that can actually breathe more. And when you can breathe more, then the work that you are doing and everything else that's going on in your life can start coming back into balance, because it is completely out of sync, dear one. There is so much tension in the stomach that it's actually having a very disturbing effect now on the roots. And when this is happening, flickers of anger, you can become quite activated in any moment by anything. Someone could say something quite harmless to you and you could simply catch on fire. So the root of your body, first and foremost, your stomach, dear one. Breathe into those areas and expel the energy and what's going on inside of your body through your mouth. Every day, dear one, start with 5 minutes, and we thank you so much for being here. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I've been married for 45 years, and only a couple of years ago I discovered that my husband is on the spectrum. At first I was relieved to finally have some answers to all of the never-ending disharmony in our marriage, and I thought I was in a good place about it. In the last few months, bitterness, anger, resentment has increasingly overtaken me as I struggle daily with the frustration of coping with his emotional difficulties. My body is now experiencing illnesses in response to these dark thoughts. By nature, I'm compassionate and peaceful, but this heavy feeling, darkness, has me wondering if this could be caused by an entity. So much gratitude for any light that can be shared on my situation. Irene. Okay, thank you so much for being here, Irene. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. Yes. Very uncomfortable. Very, very uncomfortable in the entire body. Now, what we don't want you to do, Irene, is to focus too much on all of these different things that are going on in your body, because that's only going to cause you to disconnect, and it's only going to cause more disharmony and imbalance. So what we want to say to you, Irene, that despite everything that you shared here, yes, it does feel very dark, it does feel very heavy, burdensome. What we are seeing, though, is a great moment of light just flooding you. And what can happen in someone's life is that something like this, exactly as you have shared, happens. Something quite dramatic that you weren't expecting. Finally, you have answers. It's beautiful. Finally, after such a long time of holding in the body, and my goodness, have you been holding? And there is great sadness here. There is melancholy. There is grief. There is anger. There is despair. There is not knowing. Exhaustion, tiredness. Everything is all happening at once. Despite this, you've got your answer. Some people reach the end of their lives and they still don't find the answers. Some people stay in relationships for the sake of just staying in disharmony, and they know it, and they still don't manage to break away, and they still don't find their answers. So what we're saying to you, Irene, is that you got yours now. Everything that you've gone through, the answers arrived. It's a great moment of self-awakening. That's what's arrived for you. And all of these emotions and feelings, yes, they are all happening at once, because this can actually break you away from a reality that you were living for 45 years that wasn't in line with your heart. You knew something wasn't quite right. So after all of this time, you can rest in knowing why things were a certain way in your marriage. So what we would say for you, Irene, is to allow everything that's surfacing. You want to be angry? Yes. You want to be frustrated? You want to be sad? You need to cry? Let it all come out. Find a space that you can do this in. And even better, if you can have a communication with your partner about this very topic. What's come up, what's happening for you, what's coming through for you, what you're feeling, all of it. If you are in a place, if you are both in a place where you can communicate without fighting, without arguing, it's just a space where someone is allowed to speak and share everything that's going on within them and on their hearts, without feeling judged, without being attacked, without the other person cutting in and reacting to what's being said. Just a beautiful space where you can hold one another despite the grief, the loss. Because that's a long part of your life. It can feel like losing a life. And even for your partner, if he could do the same, he might want to share things, or he may need to speak about things. He might even be frightened to say them to you. But if you created a space for him to also express what's been going on for him this entire time and why he wasn't able to communicate, why he hasn't been able to. And he may not have even have known what was going on, and that causes a contraction in the body. And the inner child becomes quite frightened and scared, and they hide, they end up hiding. Some hide their entire lives, they never come out. And that is extremely painful. So, yes, there's a lot emotionally, energetically, mentally. But I want you to see all of this, Irene, as your time, your moment of awakening, and you've done it in this life. That's something that you and your soul and your heart should actually be very, very excited about. You should be feeling relief. You should be feeling a moment of a freedom for finding and receiving this answer. Writing everything that's going on in your mind. Writing about everything that's gone on over the last 45 years can help tremendously as a way of allowing these emotions and these energies to speak. And you will find, if you can do these things and just start here, Irene, you will start feeling like the weight is being taken off of your back. Everything that you've been carrying is being lessened. Someone will start taking the load off of you as you do these practices. There is no entity, Irene. We cannot see anything in your field, and that even of your partners, because that would be in your home. There is nothing there in the immediate space that is malevolent. No. But there is great healing work to be done, and there's a lot to be expressed. And if it can be done kindly, in kindness, to serve both of your child selves, that would be serving humanity. And that would be working on yourselves, your inner childs, in the highest of light, in that unconditional love of what you both just didn't know. What you didn't know, but you do now. And we thank you so much for being here. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Beautiful souls, and that is the end of today's AMA Wednesday session. Ask Maitreya Anything. If you are watching this as a viewer, let me know where you're tuning in from around the world in the comments section. And if you would like to take part in next week's AMA Wednesday session, then all you got to do is pop your question in the comment section of the latest AMA Wednesday video, followed by the words, "I give permission." If you are a question asker, or if anything resonated with you in today's session, let me know in the comments. And I send you all love and blessings.